Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're out at the range and we're going to have a little bit of fun with the IWI Uzi Pro pistol. So let's get to it. Alright, so the IWI Uzi Pro pistol comes with two magazines. We've got a 20 rounder and a 25 rounder. That's what we're going to be using today. And I've actually shot this gun once already, and if you're following me on Facebook and Instagram, you've probably already seen that, but I did put 100 rounds through this already. This actually does belong to a buddy of mine, and he's let me borrow it to do the video with. And if you've seen the first Uzi video I did with the 16-inch carbine, the same guy, he bought this one to go with it, and as you can probably see, this one does have the brace on it. We'll look at it closer and talk about it more here in a minute, but for now we're just going to shoot this thing and have a little bit of fun. Okay, and it does not lock back on an empty magazine. And one thing I noticed right off the bat is with this brace, I guess without touching your shoulder, because you know we're not responsible enough to do that, we're not trusted enough to do that. I don't know if it's the length of pull or the way it's designed. I can't really get it on my cheek very well to get the gun on target, so I almost have to kind of lean the gun to the side a little bit to use my cheek and to get the sights on target just right. But that's just something that I noticed. But if I shoot it, you know, standard like normal pistol, it shoots pretty well. Okay, and again, like I said, doesn't lock back on an empty mag, but so far the thing's running really good. Not a whole lot of recoil, as you know, it's a heavier 9mm, so of course there's not going to be a ton of recoil. The sights are nice, it operates really good, and so far the only thing is this IWI brace isn't really working out too well for me, and it could be just my short arms or whatever. But it works, but just you have to kind of finagle it a little bit to the side to be able to use your cheek on the brace. Alright, so now let's look at how to break this little pistol down. So the first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is make sure that the gun is safe and empty. So from here, what you want to do is right here by the rear sight, there's going to be this little lever. Just take it and push it back towards the rear sight, and that's going to release and pop off your top cover, which does have a little Picatinny rail built into it if you want to run red dot sights or whatever. So down in here, what you're going to see is you're going to find this big old bolt. This is a blowback operated gun. So what you want to do from here is just take your charging handle, pull it back slightly, and then lift up on the front, and that will let your bolt, your recoil springs, and all that stuff come right out in one unit. So now on the inside of the receiver, it's pretty much an empty receiver. You just got your barrel, and then down inside you got your trigger and stuff, but for the most part, just an empty receiver now. So here on the your bolt and springs and all that stuff, as you can see, it comes out in one unit, but you can take this apart, and all you got to do is just pull up on your recoil springs here, and all this will slide out, And as you can see, you've got your springs, you got your firing pin right here in the center, and you can take your firing pin out if you need to. It does come right out. It's just kind of keyed in there. So you can take this apart very easily to get it all cleaned up and everything like that. So it goes back together just as easy. Just slide it back down in there just like that. Go ahead and take your receiver, put the back of this in first towards the rear sight where the springs are at. Drop that down in the back just like that. Push back on the bolt carrier, drop it down in there just like that. Take your top cover, put the front in first, lower the back down, pop it into place, and you're back up and running. So very easy to take down, very easy to maintain and clean and do whatever you need to do on the inside. Very easy to do, no tools required. Yeah, pretty simple to do. Alright guys, so now let's talk about some of the features on this little pistol, go over some pros and cons and all that before ending the video. So first off, the sights, I haven't talked about them yet. It does have pretty nice sights on it. You do have a 3-dot sight setup, 2 dots there in the rear, 1 dot there in the front. They are adjustable for windage and elevation. So the sights on this thing are pretty good. Like I mentioned before, you do have the pick rail on top. If you want to run a red dot or something like that on here, you can. You do have another pick rail here on the front, which would be awesome to run like a little vertical grip on this, but of course, you know, we're not allowed to, but it would be cool to be able to run one of those up here on the front since the barrel is so short. You know, right here, it'd be nice to be able to hold a pistol grip to control this little pistol a little bit better. But again, it's 9mm, it's not like it jumps around a lot. I just ran it, you know, standard pistol hold, and it worked out just fine. Over here on this side, you do have your safety selector, and you do have a beaver tail grip safety. It was on the carbine as well, so I'm assuming all the Uzi pistols and carbines and stuff are going to have that. Here on this side, you do have your magazine release button, and it does work really well. Shoots the magazines out just fine. You can get to it really easily. The grip is nice and comfortable to use. Had no issues with that. The charging handle, as you can see, is a nice size. Not too big where it's going to snag on everything, but definitely big enough to get a hold of and run the bolt just fine. Just like the Uzi carbine that I did, you have that little button right here on the front. You just depress it, run this out. You can pull the barrel out very quickly if you needed to. Makes it nice for cleaning, things like that. Here on the back on the pistol brace. Now this pistol actually didn't come with this brace. He bought this separately, but you can buy it in this configuration right here with the brace. But the way he found it was just his pistol alone, and he added the brace. The brace does fold. You can fold it to the side, make it a nice little compact package for storage or transportation or whatever. It does block the trigger guard and stuff, so I don't think you'd want to shoot it this way, but it does fold, like I said, for storage or transportation and all that. But talking about the brace, and I kind of touched on this earlier, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know if it's the angle, the length of it, or just my body type or whatever, but when I try to run it with my cheek, like I was mentioning before, I kind of have to turn the gun at an awkward angle to be able to see the sights and put my cheek on this. So for me, if it was mine, I would take the brace off and just run it standard pistol style, and I was able to shoot it that way much better. So I'm not a big fan of the brace, but a lot of people seem to like it. I mean, they sell this way, so obviously people like it. For me, I'm not a big fan of it. But I do think this would be cool with a little stock on it. I mean, if you put it really close to your shoulder, I'm not touching, and you know, almost try to you'll see how it would be as a stock. I think it would work out awesome as a little SBR with a stock and a forward grip on it. Be very, very cool. But we can't shoulder these things because obviously us law-abiding citizens can't be trusted to do so. But for me, the brace would be gone. I would take it off and just run it pistol style. I guess, yeah, one other thing I do want to talk about, and this is going to be a little bit different than what you're going to find on the shelves at your store. If you go buy one of these, you're not gonna have this. But when he first bought this, he sent this off and had a trigger job done on it. And I wish I had this here to compare it to it, but the carbine that I did of his, the trigger, he said, was pretty much identical in both of these. So I do have experience with that other trigger and know what it was like. But he sent this one off to Bill Springfield at triggerwork.net, I think is the name of the website. I'll leave an annotation and a link down below if you want to check it out. But he sent this off. It was $70 and it was less than a week turnaround, and it made this trigger so much better. And I'll try to demonstrate that for you here on camera real quick. But I'll try to show you the brake here. There's the brake. Reset and brake. Now I know it's kind of hard to really see this on camera, but the original trigger that would have been in this, or the one that was in the carbine that I used, it was fairly heavy, it was very gritty, kind of stagey, and the reset was, I don't know, kind of lousy, I guess. But now the pull is very smooth. It's lighter. I'm not sure exactly what the weight is. I mean, it's not like a hair trigger or anything, but it is lightened up. It is smoother. The creep's gone. The grittiness is gone. The reset's very nice. So for 70 bucks and less than a week turnaround, that Bill Springfield over there at triggerwork.net did an excellent job on this. And for that kind of money and that kind of turnaround, I think it's a very good option. So if you have one of these, an Uzi or something like that, and you want to get the trigger a little bit better, I would definitely look up that guy. And again, links will be down below. And he does a lot more than just Uzis. If you go to his website, he does all kind of stuff to all different guns, ARs, pistols, all kinds of stuff. So go check him out, see if he's got something that he offers that you might like. And I think, just judging by this, it's the only time I've had any experience with his stuff, but he did an excellent job on it. So definitely check them out. But anyhow, guys, I think I covered all of the features, some of the pros and cons, at least in my opinion, of this little pistol. I think this would be awesome as a little SBR, like I said, with a stock and a grip on it. But if it were mine, I'd get rid of this and just run it like this. Very cool little gun, very fun to shoot. But anyhow, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or comments about this video or anything else you see here on the channel, ask those in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back with you. And as always, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.